Phil, in a quiet village nestled among rolling green hills, lived a young woman named Belle. Unlike the other villagers, who were content with their simple lives, Belle yearned for adventure and knowledge, finding her escape within the pages of books. Her beauty was known throughout the land, but it was her kind heart and sharp mind that truly set her apart. One day, her father, an eccentric inventor named Maurice, set off for a fair but got lost in a dark, foreboding forest. As night fell, wolves began to circle, and he sought refuge in a mysterious looming castle. The castle was enchanted, its halls filled with living objects, a talking clock, a cheerful candelabra, and a motherly teapot. But the master of this strange place was a fearsome beast, a creature tormented by a long-held curse. Furious at the intrusion, the beast imprisoned Morris in his cold, dark dungeon. When Morris's horse returned to the village alone, a brave Belle knew something was terribly wrong. Without a moment's hesitation, she rode through the forest, her heart pounding, until she found the enchanted castle. There, she confronted the beast, her fear eclipsed by her love for her father. In a selfless act of courage, she offered to take her father's place as the beast's prisoner. The beast, surprised by her bravery, agreed. As Belle began her new life in the castle, she was lonely and frightened. The beast was gruff and ill-tempered, his roars echoing through the stone corridors. Yet, the enchanted objects, Lumiere, the candelabra, and Cogsworth the clock, saw a glimmer of hope. They knew that only true love could break the spell that had transformed their master and themselves. Slowly, tentatively, Belle began to see beyond the beast's monstrous exterior. She discovered his hidden library, a vast and wondrous room filled with more books than she could ever imagine. This shared love of stories became a bridge between them. He, in turn, began to change. He learned to control his temper, to be gentle, to smile. They shared a meal, a dance, and quiet moments that blossomed into a deep and unexpected friendship. Belle saw the kind heart and wounded soul beneath the fur and fangs. Back in the village, a jealous and arrogant suitor named Gaston learned of the beast's existence. He rallied the fearful townspeople, convincing them that the beast was a monster who must be destroyed. They marched on the castle with torches and pitchforks, their hearts filled with hatred and misunderstanding. A terrible battle ensued. Gaston hunted the beast, cornering him on the castle rooftop. Beast, heartbroken by Belle's departure, had lost the will to fight. But then, he saw her. Belle had returned. Her presence gave him renewed strength, but Gaston was treacherous. In a final cowardly act, he stabbed the beast in the back before losing his footing and falling from the castle heights. Belle rushed to the beast's side, holding him as his life began to fade. With tears in her eyes, she confessed her love for him, just as the last petal fell from an enchanted rose. A magical light enveloped the beast. He began to transform, rising not as a creature, but as a handsome prince. The curse was broken. The castle staff returned to their human forms, and joy filled the halls. Belle and the prince, united by a love that saw beyond appearances, ruled their kingdom with kindness and wisdom, living happily ever after.